And good morning. Thanks for tuning in to 23 ABC News at 11 a.m. We have a lot to do. I'm Mike Hart.
I'm Danielle Kernkamp. This morning we're getting a first look at the moment a sheriff's deputy opened fire on a man with a knife this weekend. The sheriff's office just releasing that video in the last hour.
Can you take your hands out of your pocket for me? Okay. Take your hands out of your pocket, Reginald. Reg. Take your hands out of your pocket for me. Reginald, take your hands out of your pocket. Take it out of your...
This video released during a press conference this morning. Sheriff Donnie Youngblood discussing what exactly happened during this shooting early Sunday morning.
We have team coverage from Sheriff's headquarters in Oildale. Bayan Wang is standing by with Sheriff Donnie Youngblood.
That's right. First, let's go to 23 ABC's Daniela Garrido with more on the video KCSO just released. Daniela?
That's right. We're at the Kern County Sheriff's Office headquarters with team coverage on a press conference that just wrapped up 30 minutes ago, where KCSO released that body camera footage of the deputy involved in Sunday's shooting. In that footage, you can see the suspect approach the deputy with a knife, to which the deputy responds by firing about 6 shots. You can take a look at that video now. Sheriff Youngblood says he is proud of the way the deputy handled the call, calling it a perfect example of making a split-second decision. We're going to toss it over to 23 ABC's Bayan Wang, who is live with the sheriff now.
Yeah, Daniela, some of the things that stood out to me in the dispatch call was that the suspect said that he was schizophrenic, that he was on the hunt, and that he wanted to die. I'm here with Sheriff Youngblood. Can you talk whether this is normal for a deputy to respond to a call like this by himself?
Certainly. We get these types of calls all the time. Generally, persons having a mental health issue make statements that they don't follow through with. In this particular case, obviously, when looking back, we realized that he had a plan, and he executed that plan. But most of the time, when a deputy responds to these types of calls, they turn out to be where we can diffuse them. This one, we could not.
Certainly, and some stuff that the public may not be able to see on there from a deputy's perspective. Can you just talk about what kind of situation this deputy was really in and how he performed there?
Yeah. If you noticed, just starting with the dispatcher, how calm the dispatcher was with this person who was having a mental health crisis. And then the deputy, when he got there, the deputy was very calm. His voice did not raise to a high level, even after he had been stabbed. If you notice, his voice remained relatively calm, a lot more than mine would have been. And so he handled it, at least with what I know right now, as good as anybody could have handled it, from the dispatcher to this officer. When someone calls and is having a mental health issue, somebody has to go, and you can't just send MET, because MET, they're not armed, they can't defend themselves. This would have been catastrophic had we sent MET to handle something like this, and they're not on at 3 o'clock in the morning. So when you don't know who to call, you call 911.
Certainly, and yesterday I spoke to the KLEA union president, Richard Anderson, who's also a sergeant here at KCSO, and he was telling me that this really highlights a staffing issue in the sheriff's office. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I disagree with him on this particular issue. This is not because of the staffing issue. The deputy responded. His backup was there within 2 minutes. We've done that for the 40-some years that I've been here. That's not unusual. Certainly, had we had more deputies there, this still was going to happen. There is a crisis in this county for retention and recruitment. That's not what caused this.
Certainly. And for this deputy, we know that this isn't his first time being in a physical altercation by himself for several minutes before somebody else responded. Have you talked to him? How's he doing?
He's doing really well. Very calm. He accepts this as part of the job. That when you work in Bakersfield Patrol, your backup is much closer. When you work in substations like Fraser Park and Boron, if you remember, John Puga just a few months ago was involved in a fight in Boron where his backup was a long ways away. You can relate that to a staffing shortage. But even then, that was an unusual case where the petty theft. The suspect had left, and the suspect came back. So you can't anticipate in this job what may or may not occur with any really regularity, because everything is different. And so you go there. This officer went there, was very calm. He did it exactly the way I would expect him to do it.
All right, thank you, Sheriff. Appreciate it. Now, this video and the dispatch call is uploaded on our website right now. You could see it at turn23.com, but be advised it is kind of graphic. For now, live in the Sheriff's Office, Bayan Wang, 23 ABC, connecting you.
And if you would like